Hey out there, legal warriors. Did you know there are 3 secret weapons that can protect you if you're served with a restraining order in Washington state? If you didn't know that, or if you want to know what those secret weapons are, stay tuned. This is the video for you. My name is Attorney Lance Fryrear. I have a law firm in Linwood, Washington. We've been defending people charged with crimes all throughout Washington state for more than 20 years, and we also do restraining order cases. And I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people get the help they need. Now I'm just going to jump right into it. What's a restraining order? A restraining order is a civil matter between a petitioner who wants to restrain the rights of a respondent and the respondent, who is the one who receives a temporary restraining order from a police officer or for someone else with a hearing date, and they never knew anything about the original request for an order. They're already restrained typically. They might have to leave their home. They can't contact people. They might get fired from work. They might not have access to their kids. And so I'm calling it a restraining order here in this video, although the legal term in Washington state is protection order. But Google rules, so I'm going to say restraining order. And so if you get served with one of those, it's a bit of a nightmare. It could be a domestic violence protection order. It can be a anti-harassment, stalking, sexual assault, vulnerable adult. But all of these laws now get put into RCW 7.105 with a lot of very broad definitions that are really harmful and really unfair to the respondent. And so it's a stacked deck against the respondent from minute one when you get served with that order. So if you get served with that order, I want you to know these 3 secret weapons. The first secret weapon you need to know is about the time for service and about how much time you can get. Most people are really pressurized, okay? Once the petitioner goes in and they get their temporary order, the court sets a hearing 2 weeks out, and there's a petition, and the temporary order has to be served on the respondent. But the service rules say that the respondent needs to get that notice for the new hearing at least 5 court days in advance. So think about it as 1 week. So it's 7 days ahead of time, unless it's a court holiday within those 7 days, then it would be 8 days ahead of time. And so the secret weapon you need to know about is you can usually get more time. So if you weren't served 5 full court days ahead of the hearing, then you're entitled to a continuance no matter what. The judge cannot legally deny you your continuance, okay? If you were served in a timely manner, you need to know that you can still likely get a continuance to get an attorney or to have more time to file a response. You're not guaranteed to get one in that situation, but realize that many courts will grant 1 continuance because it's just sort of fair, right? You got surprised by this. It may take some time to get evidence. You don't know what to do, and you need to be able to find an attorney. So I think that the most important thing we need to know, the first secret weapon is time. Time. Ask for more time. You can get more time usually. It's such a pressurized situation. You only get 1 shot at this to defend this. So I want you to know that you got to ask for more time. And of course, so you probably want to be finding an attorney also. Second secret weapon is you got to tell a story to the court. You got to file a written response, right? You have to file a written response that tells the story to the court. You have to get evidence, right? So the secret weapon is start with a once upon a time story. Start with a once upon a time story where you're going to write to yourself, once upon a time I met the petitioner, and here's what happened, and here's everything that I experienced, and here's why everything's wrong in this. But you start at once upon a time, so it's storytelling, so we can get some emotions into it. And that's where you're going to start. If you have a good attorney, they're going to ask for something like that so we know where to start to try to tell this entire relationship story in a way that the judge can read in a short period of time and come out on your side, right? And come out on your side when the law is so rigged in the petitioner's favor. I've got plenty of videos of what a terrible law RCW 7.105 is. I stand by that. I can't believe our legislature passed a law like this because it's, the courts are having to deal with it. But you've got to be able to get those emotions out and not just be a computer to have a chance to win these items, to win these cases, right? The third secret weapon is it's not self-serving, it's just true. If you can, you've got to get an attorney on your side that can tell you if you have a chance to win, right? Get an attorney to review your paperwork, tell you if you have a chance to win, and if they're willing to help you try to win, right? If you do this totally on your own with no advice, you're pretty much sunk. And why is that? It's not true in all areas of the law, but it's so true in these restraining orders because it's totally rigged on the petitioner's side. The definitions are broad. The domestic violence protection order is crazily broad. It doesn't require any actual violence at all. There's just a lot there. And to be able to fight that thing accurately and fight it well, you're gonna need to at least get some advice from an attorney, if not hire one. And along with that is part of that advice is whenever you are, fighting this order, either you or your attorney has to file stuff ahead of time. You have to file your written response, and has to get served on the other side. We need exhibits, we need text messages, we need statements from other people. We might even need videos that are hard to use in court. We need photos. We need, everything possible to tell this story in a short amount of time so you have a chance to win. So those are the secret weapons you need to have a chance to win if you're served with a restraining order. So I hope you're not facing that situation. If you are, feel free to reach out to my firm. If you're in Washington State, we represent petitioners, we represent respondents, and we have an entire section of my firm, people that only do that type of work, including a writer. It's really important that we get your story correct. So if you found this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people get to see it. More importantly, if you've got this type of case and you need some help, feel free to reach out to my firm. We'll listen to what happened. We'll identify a way forward. We will be there for you. Thank you.